oh no, we are no longer Midnight Strike Through Mormons, but welcome to Ward Radio. We got a really big announcement that we got to make. Welcome to the rebrand. Before we get started, we invite you guys to the worldwide premiere of a super cool piece of media that's going to explain why you guys all are here. Then we're going to get into our debunkings, and then we're going to introduce a super cool new cast that I have, because I'm joined in the studio by Brittany the Shadow, as well as, we got them all. We got Layla. What's up, Layla? How you doing? We got Rod Broshinsky. That's his real name. You know what I'm saying? That's a real thing. And none other than Julia Glauser, our new youth committee that's going to be bringing us some really cool come follow me's. We're going to have a lot of fun. But, you know, before we get into all that, welcome to the revolution.
Right now. The standard of truth has been erected.
Stop playing defense.
No unhallowed hand can stop the broadcast.
That is the way that a lot of Latter-day Saints do apologetics.
Cancel culture rages and mobs combine.
We actually had one of the protesters over for dinner.
But the truth of God will go forth boldly.
These people are lying to you. They do not care about you.
Until it has reached every television, sounded in every iPhone, and reached every person. This signal will continue to go forth. Here, we defend truth. Here, we denounce deception. Here, we are created in the image of God. Our detractors call us crazy, but our friends call us.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. Midnight Strike Through Mormons is now Ward Radio. What do you guys think?
I think it sounds awesome.
Awesome.
That was so cool.
You digging? All right. What do you think, babe?
I think the new name and the new intro is sick.
Yeah.
And if
you
people
did?
only knew like how long it took us to create this name and how many name contenders like around the kitchen table. We had me, Cardin, Kwaku, Brad. Who else was there?
Oh my
Jonah.
gosh.
All around our kitchen table. And we're just like throwing out names, and finally we landed on I don't know. Did you create this one, Cardin?
This was not me. Actually, what was interesting about this whole experience is, yes, this has been an absolute long time coming. Basically, the reason we did this, we're going to give it away in a nutshell. There's been a lot of concern about using the term Mormon over the past 2 or 3 years, coming down from the top. And, you know, we adjusted several ways. We used to be called Midnight Mormons. Any other substitution for the word Mormon just sounded just not either appropriate or funny or just cool. Midnight Members. Like, what is that, you know? So
No, we were going to do what? Celestial Comrades?
Yeah. Yeah, there was Latter-day Night Live. I heard every bad example, right? And what's interesting is we ended up choosing Ward Radio, which originally I actually kind of had my doubts because I was thinking it was a little bit bland. But one of the reasons why I love it is because it's got 3 permutations. How do you like that word? How do you like that word, guys? Permutation.
That's a
You know what I'm
spelling
saying?
bee word for you.
That's a pretty good one. So it's a permutation means like a variation, shall we say. So we do a lot of debunkings on this channel. So it's war, parentheses, D, radio. So when we go to war with these people, it's like Ward Radio, but War D Radio. Also, in the old days, I used to work at a radio station in New York in the classic radio days, persisting to this day on the AM stations. East Coast radio stations carried the moniker of W. So I used to work in New York at WABC, the radio station that launched the Beatles and had a bunch of very popular talk radio hosts. And so it was kind of funny. We're WARD radio, kind of. That's what it looks like, right? And then also Ward Radio. Most people don't understand that in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, we are divided into what, ladies?
Wards.
Good job, Layla.
Yeah, you crushed that one, Layla.
Thank you.
In fact, there's only 2 organizations in North America that are divided into wards. What are they? Wait for it.
It'll be way in a while.
Yeah.
What else is divided into wards besides the church? There's only one other institution that immediately comes to mind. If you're stuck in the blank ward, the psych ward.
Oh.
You know?
I could have gotten there.
Yeah, exactly. It takes a little bit of a while. But, you know, we don't have a lot of time to do this.
I still
on the
didn't
live
get it when
stream.
you were like psych ward. I was like, the psych ward?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. So anyway, we also are joined via the Zoom for later on. These guys are going to jump in with us in a second when we talk a little bit about our friends at Pints with Aquinas. We're joined by none other than Luke Hansen, as well as Jonah Barnes, comedic editor at large, and also just friend of the show. And Luke, wow, are you about to murder somebody, Luke? I'm liking the dramatic uplighting.
Looks like aliens. I mean, we all know that aliens are real now.
Yeah, for real. So, yeah, fix your audio, bro. You got a couple of minutes to do it, though. So, anyway, yeah, so we got a lot going on today. And one of the things that we got going on today is we're going to be busting out a little bit of a debunking. Maybe you guys saw this on the thumbnail. Maybe you didn't. But there's been a lot of chatter on the interwebs recently due to some pretty harsh words that were uttered by one Pints with Aquinas. That is actually it's so sad that I have to be doing this, because I was a follower of Pints with Aquinas for such a long time. It breaks my heart that we have to end up doing this debunking of him. But if you aren't familiar with Pints with Aquinas, it's a really cool YouTube channel. Well, I guess I can't call it really cool anymore, you know what I'm saying? But they had some fighting words, some really tough and hard things to say about the church. Usually I like this guy because he's got some, some cool edge. He's a modern Catholic guy who seemed middle of the road until I heard this. And I can't believe what I heard. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the tweet. This is not taken out of context, just so you know. This is a tweet as dictated. The producer, this is from the actual Pints with Aquinas page. This is not something that we're taking out of context. This is not something that we're super cutting. Okay, this isn't something that we're clipping. And you guys are going to see this for the first time. And I don't know if it's going to blow your mind like it blew my mind, but here we go. Pints with Aquinas.
Applying the Lewis's trilemma to Joseph Smith, was Joseph Smith a prophet, lunatic, or a liar?
Liar. Yeah. I mean, I think that it's also a very credible assumption to say that he was demonically deceived.
I think we can both say that our LDS friends are people we can learn from, but we can also say that LDS doctrine is, I think, demonically inspired and propagated, and it ought to be crushed under our feet, and I'd be for the burning of Mormon books. In the same way that I would be okay taking a Jehovah's Witness Bible, which has very clear intentional errors, and burning it for the sake of eradicating it.
An attitude towards what the LDS Church is in and of itself, and not directing any sort of that towards the LDS person, I think is appropriate to say that the LDS Church is massively deceptive, and since its inception has pulled how many people away from the flock of God.
Wow. Can you believe what you have heard, ladies and gentlemen?
No.
Ooh, he gave it up at the end, though. He gave up the real reason, though, at the end.
What was the real reason, my man?
Oh, they pulled away so many people from the flock of God. Darn right.
Okay, so
we have.
Yeah. Well, no. So I'm actually going to be very, very serious.
And we pulled them away with demonic cookies.
Demonic Jello and cookies.
So here's my only statement that I'm going to make, and I'm making this very specifically to the host and staff of Pints with Aquinas. Okay. On this show, we do a lot of debunking of anti-Mormon lies, and oftentimes we come up with something that's called the top 30 rules of anti-Mormonism. Traditionally, anti-Mormons have been Protestant folks persecuting us, murdering us through the Mormon Extermination Order, through the Hans Mill Massacre, so on and so forth, driving us west into the Mountain West. And it was usually Protestants, or interdenominational conflicts, Freemason mobs, secular mobs, so on and so forth. But more recently, most anti-Mormonism has been atheistic, ex-members of our faith that have gone woke, shall we say, using atheistic attacks against the church. However, every once in a while, there's somebody else that decides to try and outdo both of these groups, right? And traditionally, anti-Mormonism, has come from over there, and there's like 30 rules for them. Whenever other religions attack us, there's really only 2 rules, okay? When people from the woke mob attack us, I'm going to pull up my little anti-Mormon rules so you guys can see them here. strange things start happening. There's lots of little different things that start happening, but I'm actually just going to show this on the screen so that everybody else has a chance to see it. There's 30 different things that could go wrong, okay? And here's some of them right here, okay? There's a whole set of tons of rules of things that can go wrong and that do go wrong when people try and attack us from the woke left or the atheistic arguments and so on and so forth. But when people try and attack us from the religious angle, there's really only two things that can go wrong and two commandments, okay? They always end up arguing like atheists, or they always end up arguing like Sadducees, okay? And in this case, unfortunately, Pints with Aquinas, you've beclowned yourself, and I find this a little bit disappointing just because I think we as Christians in the body of Christ really do need to stick together, and that these interdenominational conflicts are absolutely nothing compared to the woke demon of secularism that is absolutely just sweeping through our society. So we're actually going to go over point by point all of your attacks. But before we do, I just want to assure you of something, okay? I don't want any viewers of this channel to hold a grudge we have to forgive, okay? I don't want anybody attacking Pints with Aquinas. We're going to go after these ideas. He has attacked us, but we will not attack him back. And callings for book burnings and the eradication of anything associated with the faith that literally had an extermination order, I find at best wildly ignorant, at worst stochastic terrorism, some might say.
Whoa,
but
that was a big word.
Yeah, that was a pretty good word, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know? But at the end of the day,
it was an awesome word.
Oh, that was an awesome word.
Hi,
yes,
Brad.
Exactly. Yes, Brad is here. I saw him.
Brad, what's up, man?
Yeah. So before we go on, I just want to say, look, we forgive you. All right. I do. I'm not going to hold a grudge on this. And I invite you, if you feel there's anything that needs to be corrected that we have said, or if there's anything that needs to be remedied, or you feel we've misrepresented you in any way, we invite you to come on this show. And part of the reason why we think this forgiveness is so important actually does indeed come from our mutual homeboy, St. Thomas Aquinas himself, who says, nothing so likens you to God as to forgive him who has injured you. So here's my debunking of one Pints with Aquinas. Before I debunk him, we're going to just watch one more time what he said to make sure that all of us are on the same page and nobody's misrepresenting anybody here, and we're going to see exactly what he has said.
This is trilemma to Joseph Smith. Was Joseph Smith a prophet, lunatic, or a liar?
Liar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's also a very credible assumption to say that he was demonically deceived.
I think we can both say that our LDS friends are people we can learn from, but we can also say that LDS doctrine is, I think, demonically inspired and propagated, and it ought to be crushed under our feet, and I'd be for the burning of Mormon books. In the same way that I would be okay taking a Jehovah's Witness Bible, which has very clear intentional errors, and burning it for the sake of eradicating it.
An attitude towards what the LDS Church is in and of itself, and not directing any sort of that towards the LDS person, I think is appropriate to say that the LDS Church is massively deceptive, and since its inception has pulled how many people away from the flock of God.
Okay, cool. So we all got to see it again. We all know exactly what it has to say. And here's my debunking of this all Pints with Aquinas. The reason why I say when other religions come after our religion, they end up arguing like atheists, such as Mike Winger, or else they end up arguing like Sadducees, is because I don't see how a man like you, who has supposedly graduated from a seminary of Catholicism, did not see this coming from a mile away. But I'm going to pull up, and everybody that watches this show a lot knows that I try and do these things in real time, so nobody can say that this was, taken out of context or anything like that. But if you go to the book of Matthew, chapter 12, 27, you will remember and you will see, okay, what happened. I go here to Bible Gateway, and we're going to do this all in real time so that you guys can see it yourself, okay? we pull up Matthew 12:27. And who remembers this story? The story is the Sadducees. They approach Jesus Christ. You know, he's performing miracles, and some of the miracles that he is performing is the driving out of demons, which the Jews feared greatly at that time, okay? And the Sadducees come up and they try and trick him, okay? And one of the ways they try and trick him is through intense questioning in front of his, you know, his flock. And they accuse him of what? Do you remember the story, Brittany? Do you girls remember the story? They accuse him.
Blasphemy.
Yeah, no, that was later when they tried to crucify him. All right, but
miracles through Beelzebub.
Yes, exactly. They accuse him of driving out demons and performing miracles through the power of Beelzebub, which is the name of a demon. So just like our friend Pints with Aquinas here 2 seconds ago said, oh, this is a demonically inspired faith, the Sadducees, they approached Jesus Christ and they said, you're a demonically inspired prophet. Okay, and how did he respond? When they said, okay, you're casting out demons by the power of the devil. Well, this is what he said in Matthew 12:27. He said, and if I drive out demons by Beelzebub, by whom do your people drive them out? So then will they be your judges. Also, I called up my friend Reed Moon from Reed Moon's Rare Books, and I actually had him send me copies of the Tyndale Bible. William Tyndale was burned at the stake after being strangled by the church. And I believe 1838, 1836, somewhere in the 1530s, I apologize. 1830s? Ooh.
A long time ago.
I'm beclowning myself now with my history.
1930s. Just go with the 1930s.
1930s, yeah. William Tyndale, I believe it was in 1535 or 1538. He had begun translating the Bible into the common tongue, English, okay? And that pissed off Henry VIII. And so the clergy, in combination with Henry VIII, who would go on to form his own church around that time, strangled him and burnt him at the stake, only to adopt that Bible, unfortunately and ironically, 3 years later. So in the vein of burning sacred books, I looked this up also in the Tyndale Bible, and he said virtually the exact same thing. If I drive out the demons by the power of Beelzebub, by whom do your people, and he actually specifically mentions the prophets, the Jewish prophets who drove them out before in other translations. So I ask you, Thomas Aquinas's drinking buddy, you know what I'm saying, with Pints with Aquinas, if we are demonically inspired, if the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is instigated, powered, and propagated through the power of the devil, yet you look at our fruits, one of the largest providers of clothing to the third world, okay, massive donator to all these international charities. When I worked doing my volunteer service mission for 2 years in Argentina, there were really two big powerhouse charities that were working with the Wheelchair Foundation in South America to make people that needed access to wheelchairs and didn't have them, whose lives were ruined by crippling ailments that we don't really worry about as much here in North America, and with access to crippling ailment saving equipment that they don't have as much access to down there. It was Catholic charities that showed up, and it was Mormon charities that showed up.
And Cardin, I think, sorry to interrupt, but I think in contrast between us and the Catholics, like, think of how many LDS people there are around the world compared to our charitable contributions, compared to Catholic members and their charitable contributions. Like, we are like small potatoes in the world, and the amount of charity work that we do, I think it's an incredible act on part of our church.
We're overrepresented.
Yeah.
Like members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, we represent less than 1% of the population, maybe 1.5% of the population in some of these areas that are above average. Yet we're like 3% of Congress, like 5% of astronauts.
I'm just saying
8% of Eagle Scouts.
I'm just saying our demons are really charitable.
Like, yeah, exactly. And so I would just ask Pints with Aquinas. I would say, the Apostle Paul, and James as well, said that a bitter font can't bring forth sweet water, and a sweet font cannot bring forth bitter water. Therefore, by your fruits you shall know them. And if we're giving out all of these wheelchairs with the Wheelchair Foundation in South America through the power of Satan, by what power are the Catholic charities that we're working side by side with actually administering these aids? And when Prop 8 happened here in California, there was two groups that were the main proponents. The Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, a.k.a. the Mormons. And who was the other one? Pop quiz, Pints with Aquinas. It was the Knights of Columbus, the fraternal order of Catholic friends in California. So I look at this and I think you stepped in a really bad one. And calling for book burnings, I'm sorry, that's never worked. And if I can come at you with quotes directly out of the mouth of Jesus Christ to debunk you from books translated by Tyndale, who was burnt at the stake, I think you should not mention book burning. I hear somebody else wants to jump in. Brad, you've been looking to go. Brad, hit us. What do you got, buddy?
Yeah, dude, this one has got me wondering. When they set up like the options, was Joseph Smith a prophet, liar, or what was the third?
Lunatic.
Ah, yes, that's.
We should have
nice
rebranded our channel to Prophets, Liars, and Lunatics.
Hey,
hey, that could work.
And this is a classic test by C.S. Lewis, if people didn't catch that.
Yeah.
C.S. Lewis posits that people have to explain Jesus Christ in one of three ways. And so he's applying that same test to Joseph Smith and saying, what do we get out of it? And they come up with liar.
So my question is, first off, I want to know if this guy can identify a single person that he thinks qualifies as a prophet. And if so, what criteria does he use? Jesus Christ said, hey, beware of false prophets, by their fruits you shall know them. That very warning implies that there will be true prophets. So if he is saying, hey, no, this guy's definitely a liar, he couldn't be a prophet, by what criteria are you saying he could never have been a prophet? Do you just not believe prophets exist? Do you believe those ceased? If so, why did Jesus say, beware false ones?
You know, you bring up really good points, and I see you channeling your inner quick media with your morning walk. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to say,
so, you know,
Brad.
You're doing it all right, brother.
Brad, how many steps are you in?
Oh, I can check real quick.
Brad's living the life, man.
Not enough right now. Not enough at all.
That's funny. Okay, so Luke, you're the one that brought this to my attention. You very first, you know, my phone started blowing up. What are your thoughts on this, man?
Yeah, so I love the scriptures that you brought up and examples that you brought up. I want to add another one from the book of Acts. When Peter was going around preaching Christ crucified and resurrected, he was getting in trouble with the authorities, and they were plotting, what should we do with him? And a very wise person, Gamaliel.
That's at least how all the local pastors say it. Gamaliel.
Right, I've heard it both ways.
Okay,
I've heard
cool.
it both ways.
Well, he jumps in and has some inspired words, and those words are, look, guys, if this thing is of the devil, it's going to perish by itself. But if it be of God, we don't want to get in the way with it. So either way, we probably shouldn't bother these guys too much. And I think since Pints with Aquinas, Matt Fradd has determined that this is demonic, he should probably follow that guy's name, Gamaliel,
yeah,
and Gamaliel's advice, and not advocate the burning of books, and maybe just let us be.
So for anybody that's
said, I love Matt Fradd. He's very awesome, and I think a conversation between one of us, Robert Boylan, Jacob Hansen, somebody, Don Bradley, if we're going to talk Joseph Smith and was he sincere, would be a great conversation.
Yeah, because you're the diplomat who's now, what's the organization that's trying to poach you into leadership? It's some, like you're going to be
I just got hired onto Leadership Institute, so that's why I'm here in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
With the Washington Monument behind me.
You found a way. You found a way.
My dorm was full of dudes in the basement, so that was not a good place to record. So
Luke, you remember... Luke Hansen, you remember where you came from, all right? You remember we taught you everything you know here at Ward Radio.
And by the way,
okay. We'll discuss that after the live stream goes. That's a private discussion.
So I commend you, my friend. You found a way to cordially invite onto a debate somebody who literally said they wanted to crush our books and burn them in order to eradicate the faith. If that is not prime diplomacy, I do not know what is. All right. So if they do not hire you.
And we might have a development there. If you go into the Discord, there's some stuff that I sent. This was posted on Twitter. This is where we saw it, this little video. And in the comments, somebody made a comment. You'll probably be getting to it soon. I sent 2 separate things.
Okay.
I actually saw your response, Luke, and it was actually fantastic.
I'm pulling it up right now.
So somebody brought up the question. It's a classic question. I think something Latter-day Saints should bring up a lot when we're talking about going on the offense, like you just talked about with Jacob Hansen and in your rebrand trailer for Ward Radio, which was an awesome idea. I was there at the table when we came up with it.
Yeah, Luke,
you were my idea for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely not my idea. I believe it was Kwaku as we were getting in the car to go on a Sunday afternoon excursion.
Yeah, I claim full credit. I claim it all. He already signed the paper. It's mine.
I'm pretty sure I claimed credit already.
There was dozens of ideas before that.
So anyway, I'm pulling up. You can't see it right now, but I've pulled it up.
So do you want to just read that exchange? Now the man who is named Thursday, the tag Thursday blue check mark. This is Pints with Aquinas' producer. So this would have been the actual person who made this short and posted on Twitter under the name of Pints with Aquinas. So this is the interaction that we have there.
Okay, so you said he wrote yes. And in response, am I starting with the yes? Is that correct?
Start with the other one.
Okay, the other one. So Steve Conger said it's been almost 200 years and no one has come up with a decent theory of where the Book of Mormon came from that accounts for all the evidence, right? And then Thursday says, I can solve that one. A con man made it all up so he could sleep with a bunch of women. Oh gosh, is that okay, fine.
How original.
Yeah.
This is the producer of Pints with Aquinas.
Okay.
It sounds like they did rigorous research.
Yeah, and then
so here's my answer.
Yeah, and then Luke Hansen says, you're telling me he composed a Christ-centered 269,000-word narrative containing, among other things, a consistent international map, poetry, and complex timeline, which he recited from memory so he could sleep with a few women a decade later. That sure makes sense. Okay, and by the way, I'm sorry. Though Los Angeles was one of the worst cases of that scandal that involved illicit sexual activities with people that should not have been involved in them, I almost refuse to use that as low-hanging fruit in comedy, just like people use polygamy as low-hanging fruit in comedy with us. But methinks it a little bit disingenuous and a little bit unintelligent, ill-informed, I don't know what you want to call it, but bad, shall we say, if you want to start calling into question sexual propriety from the position that you stand in, my friend who drinks with Aquinas. So, yes, sure, we're more than willing to talk about the sealing power, and we're more than willing to talk about plural marriage. It was obvious Joseph Smith was trying to unite the entire human family, and what they never bring up was back then, all of the sensationalist ideas about polygamy came largely from northeastern newspapers who were trying to drum up business in the West Coast, talking about those Mormons that had converted so many people. And back then, brothers could be sealed to other men as brothers. People could be sealed to others as cousins, as servants, as like if you've ever been in a really tight-knit drama group, or you've served in the military, or you've served in a service mission like we have, you develop a bond with these people you serve with that is really like a brotherhood. And even back then, you could be sealed to another man as a brother. And it wasn't some giant homosexual orgy. No, he was trying to unite the entire human family. And plural marriage was part of that. He said if we're all brothers and sisters in God and we are all one family, we should try and unite spiritually the entire human family. However, they've taken all of that out of context and reductively boiled it down to, oh, he was a con man trying to sleep with women. You know? Okay, Brittany, you got something to say.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we're getting behind on some super chats.
Yes, you're the keepers of the chats.
Okay.
So yes, tell us. Hit the super chats really fast.
Okay, Stephen Diamond says, they sound like terrorists or demons.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he did. How hardcore was this? He's like, I'd like to burn the books and to eradicate the faith. Now, first off, how historically ignorant. When has burning their books eradicated them? When has that ever worked?
Great point.
Yeah,
well,
that's
to be
never
fair,
worked.
If it was ever successful, we wouldn't know.
And by the way, the only guy that ever did burn books,
survivorship bias,
and the only guy that ever did successfully burn books and did a great disservice to history was the Catholic priest that burned the Mayan codices. You'll notice one of the only lost civilizations whose hieroglyphics we can no longer read are the Mayans, because a Catholic priest burnt all of their hieroglyphic codices. You'll notice we still have copies of all the Christians who sacrificed and died, like Tinsdale, who was strangled and burned at the stake. Yes.
Then who restored the history of those lost civilizations?
Boom shakalaka.
Ooh, that prophet, liar, lunatic guy that you don't like. So you burn the books, and then when he restores it, you're like, oh, burn those ones too. We see what you're doing.
So I promised our newcomers here. We haven't.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say we haven't had a chance. Our poor newcomers here. These are the youth committee. They're these young people. I told them, I was like, we're going to do a rebrand video, and they're for like 5 to 15 minutes. We're going to do a debunking, and I promised their parents I wouldn't drag them into some heinously cancelable thing. So you know what I'm saying? Before we go too diving deep into our Catholic friends,
Arden, you have behaved admirably during this.
Oh, okay. Definitely.
So far, Luke. Don't.
Okay, so
as long as we don't say mission trip, then we'll be good.
Okay, cool.
I just said it.
So I didn't even hear what you said because it was a cacophony coming through Zoom. So Brittany, keepers of the chats, catch us up on the chats, and because because Luke's gonna have to go here, and Brad, I'm sure he's got more
let me do it
steps to put in. Okay, go.
Okay. Erica Lowe says, I love Ward Radio. Same, girl, same. Where do we order our merch?
Yeah.
Oh, that is coming, guys. That is coming. Put in the chats right now, though. I don't know which I'm going to do first, but I have spoken to the creators of merch that do both the really cool high-end embroidery on hats as well as silk screening on shirts. What would you guys prefer first, shirts or hats? Let us know what you would prefer first, shirts or hats, because that stuff's coming, baby.
Oh, I'm torn. I don't even know what I would write.
You don't know? Well, you probably want a shirt first, right?
I think I'd write shirt. I would say shirt. Yeah.
Yo, shirt?
Dude, shirts all day. Who wears hats anymore?
I love hats. You never had a bad hair day, Brad, and you got to cover up your hair with a hat?
This is Brad Woodbeck. He does not have bad hair days.
I mean, I know. I should have known who I was talking to. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, keepers of the chats. What other chats we got going on?
Okay, Carolyn Wright Gaines Music says...
Whoa, Carolyn Wright Gaines Music!
She says, I love Ward Radio. Thank you for the great content and spreading the good word. Yes, we have to forgive.
Yes, you know what? We have to. And I will just reiterate, Pints with Aquinas, you are welcome to come on our show. We'll fly in. You can stay at a hotel here that all the Disney execs stay at, and you are welcome to sit in that seat right there where Rodney Broshinsky is, across from Barbie shirt wearing Brittany, okay? We'll talk some pop culture. We'll talk some Catholicism. And by the way, you have to understand, Mormons love Catholics. I don't know where this is coming from.
We love Catholics.
Do you know what Joseph Smith said about Catholics? You know the great story of... pull up the quote of what Joseph Smith said about Catholics, because he was persecuted heavily by the Masonic mobs, by the Protestants. We will. Just give me 1 second. And then what's the Hugh Nibley story? The Archbishop, was it the Archbishop of Los Angeles or of Salt Lake that came to visit Hugh Nibley at Temple Square?
Yeah, and he said, it's either you or us who is right. The Mormons don't understand the strength of their position.
Yeah, he says, you guys are fools, for it is either you or it is us. You do not understand the strength of your position. We're the only two faiths that can actually claim direct authority from God. And I love the Catholic faith. Have you ever sat? It's beautiful when you go to these cathedrals with your friends that are getting married, or they're partaking in communion, or they've passed catechism and they're actually, going through the rites and rituals. You sit and you pray, and it's beautiful. These people have dedicated their lives. Sure, we can argue about the intercessory nature of saints. Sure, we can argue about the Immaculate Conception. We can argue ad nauseum about whether or not celibacy should be the thing or not. But at the end of the day, it is obvious that these devoted Catholics, with whom I have spent my entire life serving side by side, who were the people down at Dodger Stadium protesting the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, an anti-Catholic group. There was a couple of rabbis, a bunch of Mormons, and a buttload of Catholics, all right? Because we are the last defense of faith in North America, my friend. So anyway, I digress. Go back to the super chats, babe.
Okay.
Hit it.
Thank you. Minor prophet Ian Malcolm says, Pints calling LDS theology demonic, considering all the scandals from the Vatican, is like the pot calling the kettle black, pretty tone deaf.
Okay, yeah. So I was trying to euphemize that a little bit. I was somewhere in between that super chat and
Look, I'm just
Luke
reading
Hansen.
what they write, all right? I'm just reading.
You know, yeah, exactly. So maybe I should vet these somehow before, because who knows? Maybe somebody's gonna say something real heinous here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have repressed memories of father. No, I'm just okay. I won't say that. I won't say that.
Oh, you just went.
Yeah, I did.
Went there.
I just did. I take that back. I take that back.
Okay, let's get back to the super chat.
Yes.
Hurry. Okay.
It says I invite. There's another super chat.
That's what I'm getting to.
Okay, sorry. By the way, guys, if you want to say, we'll read your super chats on air. If you have any burning questions, if you have anything you'd like to say to Pints with Aquinas on the live stream, or if you're the producer Thursday from Pints with Aquinas, send us a super chat. We'll read it right now.
Okay, Stephen Diamond.
Someone needs to send this link to him.
Yeah, true that. Brittany.
Okay, Stephen Diamond says, I invite everyone here to the Priesthood Restoration site. Love the new name. If you want, do a short video while out here. Ask about our temple rocks.
Oh.
What is that?
Stephen Diamond, I think you need to expand upon this notion.
That sounds awesome.
I love rocks and crystals and all those things. So, yes.
And temples.
And temples. Yes, love all
There we
that.
go.
And priesthood and restorations and sites.
I love how my wife, like as an afterthought when mentioning all the hierarchy of her spirituality, was like, oh, and temples.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? that thing I got sealed to my husband in, but don't forget the crystals. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. So I think this pretty much wraps it up, guys. Any last thoughts that you had on this, Jonah Barnes?
Yeah, I've got a last thought here. So a couple things. Joseph Smith, there was a Catholic church in Nauvoo among the saints, and Joseph Smith loved the local Catholic church and said of the Father Alaman, who was the local friar, he said, the priest attends to his people faithfully and they mind their own business, whereas the other preachers, meaning the non-Catholics, are continually bothering the Latter-day Saints. When Joseph Smith wrote in the Nauvoo Charter, freedom for religion for all sects, the first religion he mentioned was Catholics. And then, this is really interesting, when people left the Catholic Church, and sometimes converted to the restored Christian faith, or they would convert to Protestant faith, Joseph Smith was commenting on them. Some apostate had been Catholic. He converted to the Baptist mob and was killing people. He said, any man who will betray the Catholics will betray you. He had deep respect for the Catholics. Catholics are great. We love Catholics. We work with their charities all the time. Matt, you're a great guy. You got a great faith, brother. Don't turn in. They're demonic, so let's burn their books. Don't turn into the very thing
That's
that
true.
you're trying to preach against.
Could you have envisioned a more perfect movie villain? Like this, he jumped the shark with that one. That was crazy.
I don't know, man. It's always the good guys who are burning things, like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They set fire. Wait.
Yeah.
That's not how it went, is it?
And by the way, I doubt, because there's one thing that a lot of these people have in common, and unfortunately it's cowardice. Usually those that snipe from behind protective positions are afraid to come out in front of the Philistine like David did with Goliath, right? And so I'm curious to see if he actually will engage, or if that's another thing that kind of the atheistic anti-Mormons share with the religious anti-Mormons, that unwillingness to engage because, the fear of I don't know, that pride of making yourself look silly. So anyway, I think we put this to rest.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
I've got one more thing to add.
Oh yes, hit it. Who's going? Brad, you got seniority, bro. Go.
Okay, sounds good. The other thing that I'll say is that effectively the Bible tells you should read the Book of Mormon. Go to 1 Thessalonians 5. It tells you to despise not prophesying, prove all things, and hold fast that which is good. God will answer your prayers. You have in James 1:5, right? If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God. You can pray and ask him for answers, and he's going to guide you to where you need to go. This is a thing where you don't just need to be auto-suspicious of any prophecy. Ask God, he'll guide you. You can trust in him.
Okay,
Man,
Brad.
Brad bust that out just on a walk. He's just on a walk. He's like,
oh my
Thessalonians 5. Like, how?
I was going to say that same thing, Jonah. I was like, Brad, how did you pull Thessalonians out? Like, who reads Thessalonians?
Dude, it's one of my favorite scriptures. It's so good.
Oh my gosh.
Thessalonians
is a good one.
Okay, and
He's just on a walk.
the other thing I'd like to bring up is what Luke Hansen said. I'm going to put this on the screen here so that everybody can see it. Is one of my favorite things that I've never understood, whether they're Catholic or evangelical, I've never understood why they don't adopt this more. But here's Gamaliel's advice right here. It says, "And now I say unto you," by the way, for those of you that don't know, Gamaliel was one of the predominant Jewish priests at the time of the persecution of the early Christians. Jesus Christ had already ascended, and the church was in the hands of Simon Peter and Philip, and they were going out and they were fighting with Simon Magus. Stephen had already been stoned, and in the early book of Acts, the Jews were still persecuting this weird, strange sect called the Christians, who were associating with all of those Greeks and those unwashed Samaritans, you know. And Saul, I don't know whether he had been converted yet or not, whether he was a Jew who was persecuting the Christians or whether he had indeed become Paul yet. But Gamaliel, all right, was one of the top dogs in the Sanhedrin. And he said, "And now I say unto you," referring to Simon Peter and his cohorts, "refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of God, ye cannot overthrow it, lest haply," meaning mistakenly, "ye be found to fight against God. Pints with Aquinas, my friend, I am sorry, but you should refrain from this work, lest ye haply be found fighting against God, my friend. And you are invited to come on this program, clarify any positions you have. You are promised safety, security, spirituality in the jungle of Ward Radio, where all of us denounce deception. And what's the other part of our slogan we made? It was defend truth. Oh, no, delight. Whoa, come on, bail me out here. This is brutal. What is it?
Delight in truth and denounce deception.
I thought it was defend faith, delight in truth. Oh, whatever. We're going to denounce deception.
And denounce defending of the delight.
The live show.
Was it? Delight in donuts. Delight in donuts.
Yes.
Donuts, that was it.
Yes.
Donuts,
if there's...
Hey, Carding.
Yes.
Carding, can I jump in with 2 more scriptures here? Just to round this out?
While you're looking those up, I will say if there's any question.
Got him right here.
Okay, if there's any question whether or not we're recording this live and this is a live stream, there's your answer right there. We muffed our own new rebrand motto. That was totally like botched, right? And yeah, bust these out, Luke. And then you guys are welcome to stay afterwards if you would like to talk about the Barbie movie with us and the us and the newcomers 45 minutes in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Luke, hit it. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, so first, Matt, I hope you have a member on at some point. I think it'd be a great discussion as the two faiths learn about each other. I just went to the Basilica of the something over here in Washington, D.C. It was a beautiful service. Went to Mass by myself. It was wonderful. I love the cathedral. I love the service and the worship there. Amazing experience.
That one's awesome.
I just want you to consider these 2 scriptures from our own scriptures as you consider your words of calling these demonic. The first is from Moroni in the Book of Mormon, you know, the one that we should burn. And it's talking about judging. It says, "Wherefore take heed, my beloved brethren, that you do not judge that which is evil to be of God, or that which is of good and of God to be of the devil. Wherefore I show unto you the way to judge, for everything which inviteth to do good and to persuade to believe in Christ is sent forth by the power and gift of Christ. Wherefore I beseech you, brethren, that ye should search diligently in the light of Christ, that ye may know good from evil, and if ye will lay hold on every good thing and condemn it not, ye certainly will be the child of Christ." So put it, I know it's not your scripture, but consider putting it to that test of whether it inviteth to do good and believe in Christ. The second one is the words of Joseph Smith himself, the demon-possessed man that brought us these scriptures. And this is him in his Vision of the Kingdoms of Glory in Doctrine and Covenants 76. He says, "Behold, after the many testimonies which have been given of him," Jesus Christ, "this is a testimony last of all which we give of him, that he lives. For we saw him even on the right hand of the Father, and we heard the voice of God bearing record that he is the only begotten of the Father, that by him and through him the worlds are and were created, and the inhabitants therefore are begotten sons and daughters of God." And I think everybody on this live stream would agree with that wholeheartedly with Joseph Smith, that Jesus Christ is our Savior, our Lord, that he lives, and it's because of him that all these things are here and are happening.
Yes.
Burn it! Burn that book! Burn the stream!
And now we can
that's
burn
demonic. Let's burn it.
It's clearly the demon's winning strategy is to get people to believe in Jesus.
And I will actually call on Chris Murphy right now, who I see in the chat. For those of you guys who don't know who Chris Murphy is probably by far one of our biggest antagonists.
Our most avid commenter.
One of our best contributors, but also literally, like, if I say Joseph Smith is a prophet, starts listing all the things that hates about him, right? I mean, just like huge antagonist. But Chris Murphy gave us credit the other day, saying, you know what, I give you credit because you don't delete or restrict comments and you allow discussion, and I'm allowed to freely express how much I cannot stand you guys or your religion pretty freely in the chat. And why? Because I'm a reverse book burner. I really do believe that if you have a strength in your position, that you don't need to cope with somebody else's differing in your opinion by trying to suppress their speech, which is the epitome of book burning, that you just... Literally, the solution is more speech, and that you instruct and you teach. Jesus Christ never called for a burning of the Torah. Okay, he called for an amplication thereof. And in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the reason why we are content saying, hey, we love you if you're Catholic, come join us, is because we believe that you can always add additional light to what you have already received. It is not a zero-sum game. We love you, Pints with Aquinas. We forgive you, and we invite you to come on our show and to converse on this very important topic. Now, for the rest of you guys, you're welcome to stick around if you want to talk about the Barbie movie, the Dial of Destiny, and all this other fun teeny bopper crap that we're going to be doing with all these guys right here. You know what I'm saying?
And we also have more super chats.
And we're going to go over super chat. So anyway, you're free to go. Luke, if you need to go and you need to talk to Biden, you know what I'm saying? Tell Mitch McConnell.
Just over there, so.
Yeah, tell Mitch McConnell.
He's probably taking a nap, actually.
I think both of them have been napping.
Past his bedtime.
Yeah, I think both of them have been napping for a while now.
Luke.
Okay?
Now, hey guys, I would be remiss if there's one person that we're missing here today, and it's Kwaku L. I just want to channel a little Kwaku L to remind everybody that the monument Luke Hansen is standing in front of was built over the course of 17 years, and 6 of those years it was built by slaves. Just wanted for Kwaku L, just if he's watching, just want to know we love you, brother. We miss your commentary, and
here,
6 of those 17
I'll put the
years
Lincoln in the background. There we go. Now Lincoln's in the background.
Now
there
Lincoln, yes.
Could probably also point out how it's demonic in some way. So if we want to
the obelisk
on the real demonicness, yeah.
And the sign of the pharaohs put upon this great and beautiful North American continent. You know, so all right.
Well, I'm glad Kwaku is here in spirit. I have not seen Barbie or any of those others, so I'm going to head out.
Cool. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. You guys are awesome. So, Jonah, are you sticking around, my man? You sticking around, Jonah? You sticking around?
I have to stick around for just one more thing here. About the rebrand, before I go, the press is waiting outside with all these questions about the rebrand. I gotta go talk.
Yes.
But before I go, actually, it's really a shame because Pints with Aquinas was the inspiration for several of our possible name brand rebranding names that we had.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, he really was. I mean, these were like the top. They made it to the top of the list. Lost out to World Radio, but we were originally going to be Root Beers with the Pioneers. That was the thought we were going to have. Thought about Coke and Sprite with a Nephite. That was another idea that we had. And then this one almost made it. Lost out by just a sliver was a line of cocaine with the Midnight Saints. That was really close. Just to point out, the cocaine is.
Oh, by the way, YouTube. That was a joke. That was a joke. I am not responsible for that. That was a joke.
It's a joke. What do you mean, Carter? What do you mean? We're all agreed.
Yeah. So anyway, keep going.
No, that's all. Just so Pints with Aquinas, you were an inspiration to us, brother. We love you, but come have Coke and Sprite with a Nephite. We'll talk.
All right, cool. That's funny, man. Awesome. Well, we're gonna.
I'm gonna keep watching though, and I'm gonna share with everybody that I know, because I love Ward Radio. Love to you, brothers. See you later.
Cool. Peace. Thanks, guys.
Bye, Jonah.
So, all right. Guys, whoa, what did you think? Welcome to Jungle. It was your first time. Whoa, what did you think?
That was fun.
It was awesome. It's like what you see on social media when you see just all this drama going down on podcasts. It's pure life for me.
Yeah. All right, so, guys, everybody, we got some really cool stuff happening here at Ward Radio.
Okay, wait, Cardin.
Yes.
I
What?
think Brad was trying to say something.
Oh,
Brad, were you trying to say something?
Oh, wait. I muted you, Brad. It wasn't even coming through here. See, Brittany, you're so sensitive. Okay, hold on.
I'm just.
We can hear you now.
I'll dip once we start talking about Barbenheimer, but
Brad.
you go ahead. Continue with what you're saying.
Oh, I was just gonna say that we got a lot of really cool stuff that's coming down. We really want Ward Radio to become the independent hub of thoughts, ideas, music, art, all that is bright and beautiful, of lovely, of good report, and praiseworthy. And we want to be a hub of fun, secular thought and pop culture. That's why we got these guys in here. But we also want it to be a hub of spirituality. So these guys are actually, we got a really cool idea. We're going to start inviting small groups of youth from surrounding areas in Los Angeles to participate in the Come Follow Me franchise. And these guys are going to actually do the planning and the commentary, and it's going to be hip. We're going to be hopefully doing it on Monday nights or Tuesday nights, depending on what their availability is. But yeah, we're totally looking forward to that. Also, we're doing everything from planning movies now that'll hopefully come out over the next 2 or 3 years to, reaching out to people if they got music videos they want to make or interviews that they want to perform. It's going to be really cool. Jonah Barnes is going to be the ward clerk / librarian, who is going to be reading books, and we're going to have some fun like book club commentaries. We're going over Don Bradley's 116 pages right now. I believe Ed has reached out to him to see if he can't participate in an interview. We're going to be... Yeah, Brad, hit it.
I saw him at a party the other day. I'll make sure we get Don Bradley on the show.
All right. Well-connected King Mosiah. Oh, by the way, girls, do you know that Brad's King Mosiah in the Book of Mormon movies?
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, yeah. He actually has a big
like
fat
the least
beard.
impressive thing. I'm like just standing there behind King Benjamin.
Yeah, dude. Actually, hey, dude, do you have a screenshot you can send us easily? But hold on. What's the title of the movie on YouTube that you're in, bro?
Oh, I just always Google Book of Mormon videos, King Benjamin's address, like a boomer.
Book of Mormon.
Type that whole thing out.
Videos, King Benjamin's address. Okay, so look at that beautiful mug that is all shaven and shorn, right? But here's King Benjamin's address.
No power.
Oh, whoops. Hold on. Here's King Benjamin's address. And yeah, it's actually pretty sick. But there you can see Brad. Oh, in the background. There he is. Wait, hold on. There's a better one. Where is he? Where's Brad? Come on. Oh, there's boom. There's buff Brad right there. Oh, look at you in all of your glory, bro.
Completely different person. I look so different with that beard, man.
Oh, I don't know. Look at this. What do you guys think? I mean, look,
I think that should be
Brad.
your daily look.
Yeah. Or you.
What does Riley say?
Dude, a beard that big is a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know, do you miss the beard, bro? Be honest.
Oh, no, I don't miss having a beard.
Oh, okay.
And dude, the long hair takes a lot to take care of it.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Yeah.
How long did it take you
Yeah,
to grow
all the
your
girls
beard?
get it.
No, totally.
Oh, that was that 2 years?
Oh my
Hair growth,
gosh.
I think.
So
Yeah.
that's real? That's not a wig?
Yeah, that's all me, bro.
It looks natural.
Wow, that looks.
I looked homeless for so long.
No. Were you mistaken for a homeless person? Like, did anybody ever give you money on accident?
Man, I wish. I didn't get offered money, but I did get a very like specific flavor of like nods of respect.
Oh, really?
Like from homeless people and from like anybody. It was really funny. Just like they're like, "You have a beard that length?" Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, dude, that is hilarious. Now,
I also got a weird amount of free food. I get counters for like Cafe Rio and stuff. People would be like, "Your beard's awesome. This drink's on me." I'm like, "Okay, thanks." Like,
oh, dude,
That's hilarious.
So, have you ever heard of Sunset Jesus?
No.
Oh no, sorry, it was WeHo Jesus. Okay, there was this guy named WeHo Jesus. I'm actually pulling up a couple of articles here from
For West Hollywood.
Yeah. So this guy was called WeHo Jesus. Okay, and I'm pulling up a couple of articles here so that you guys can see it. But in West Hollywood, there was this cat who dressed up unironically all the time as Jesus. Okay. And yeah, like, okay, so I'm pulling up the picture right here so everybody can see it. Oops, no, did
And
that
it
wrong.
turns out it was just Brad.
Okay, so look, here is West Hollywood Jesus. Here he is. The guy's name
not
was
me.
look. The guy's name was Kevin Short, and he was known as West Hollywood Jesus. All right, and he was so popular. He had like Facebook groups of people that followed him, and so on and so forth. And people would want to take pictures with him, so on and so forth. So he was called West Hollywood Jesus. And what was so hilarious about it was he ended up like moving out of town, and they were like writing articles in the LA Times and Los Angeles Magazine and stuff like that about him. Well, as I pull up this other picture here of King Mosiah's address, methinks that maybe besides WeHo Jesus, we need Salt Lake City Mosiah. You know what I'm saying? I think Brad, you could be Salt Lake City Mosiah as much as WeHo Jesus. You know, so you could be so pro, like South Provo Jesus. So pro Jesus. Dude, I think it works. So pro Jesus.
It's just
I'm here for it.
twist, come follow me in the worst way possible.
That's totally funny. That's hilarious. Yeah, so anyway, okay, cool. So yeah, we're diving into Barbenheimer, bro. Sorry, it has to be done.
I just want to say one last thing
Hit it.
on the Word Radio front. I'm excited for the new direction. I think it's going to be super fun. We've got so many good things in the queue. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, awesome. By the way, before you go,
Cool.
Did you like the video? Did you like the video?
Dude, it was sweet. It was really fun.
All right.
It was so sick. I love it. When he showed it to me, I was like, oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Power on. All right,
It's a
cool.
fun one for sure.
All right, man.
Okay.
We will
See you
catch you
guys.
later. We will catch you later. So,
We
all
got
right.
super chats, Carden.
Okay, keepers of the chats, just bring it on, bring it on. And then
Okay.
finally, 43 minutes, no, actually an hour in, we'll finally start talking to our new friends here, and we'll get to know them. And as their parents are probably screaming at the, why did you tell him to get here at 6:30?
They're probably
You know?
screaming in their own heads, like, oh my gosh, what did I sign up for?
yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
keep going.
Rex Good. Hi, Rex. He says, when I was ordained a priest, I wanted a... I don't know what that word is. Kasak?
Oh, yeah, what is that? I don't know what that word is. What is that
Oh my gosh,
word?
okay, fine. I don't feel so stupid. I was like, I don't know what that is.
I wanted a Kaseok. Oh my gosh, is this some kind of like...
Google.
I'm gonna
Google
look
it.
this up right now. Yeah,
never got one of those.
Kaseok.
Do you guys know what that word is?
I never got one when I was working.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we all don't feel.
I was like, I know I'm wearing a Barbie shirt, but dang.
Okay. No, it's a cassock. I think he means, which I believe is the garb they wear. Let me see. A cassock, a full-length garb of a single color worn by a Christian clergy, members of church choirs, and acolytes. Okay, he had fat fingers, and instead of having a double S, he put the A down. Okay, but this is what a cassock is.
Yeah, it was that
You
A.
can
That's
see it
what
right
was
here.
messing me up. But if I knew if it was a double S, I would have gotten it.
Yeah, you would have absolutely
Yeah,
nailed that
totally.
one for sure. Okay. Anyway, keep going.
Okay, hold on. I got.
By the way, you're not the only one, Rex Good. My mother, she always used to think that the nuns were just so beautiful in their habits, I believe it is called. And yeah,
I actually kind of wanted to be a nun. When I saw Sound of Music, I kind of wanted to be Maria.
hey, bust it out. Be honest right now. Oh, have you ever seen the Sound of Music with Guns? The opening of Sound of Music with Guns?
No.
Oh my gosh.
What are you talking about?
This is okay. We're getting rid of Brad here. All right.
Bye,
So
Brad.
no more Brad. Bye, Brad. Okay. And it's a short movie, Sound of Music intro with Guns. This is hilarious. Oh, The Hills Are Alive with the sound
yes,
of machine
I have
gun
seen
fire.
this. Yes.
Here it is. Here it is. It does not get better than this right here. No joke. No joke. We got to watch that one more time.
Yeah.
One more freaking time. She totally walks up. And the best part is, if you actually look closely, I'm going to make this look a little bit smaller. So it's just the browser. She like flips them and drops. She was like a mag drop or something. It's freaking hilarious. Julie Andrews. That's what I was looking for. So, oh man, I went to Led Zeppelin. It knows my musical preferences. But wait, how do you go back? Go back to the Sound of Music with Guns. Okay, so here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Transition. Okay, I'm sorry. I just think that's hilarious, and it's funny because you know what else this artist does? The Mary Poppins franchises. Oh, it's hilarious. Like, she goes, Jim Jiminy, with like mortars and stuff like that. Yeah. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious with an AR-15. You know, who would have thought? So anyway, friends, introduce yourselves. We got a whole new youth committee here that we're going to be doing all kinds of cool content with. Tell us your story. What's going on? Who wants to start? And then we got to tell us what he thought of Barbenheimer. Yeah, Rob.
I'm starting off?
You know, yeah, bust it out, bro. You're the biggest, tallest one in the middle, and your name is Broshinsky.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. I mean,
what do you mean, unfortunately?
Unfortunate word, but yeah, totally real. I love it so much. It's a powerful name, and I love it.
Oh, you got to have more than that. So what's the coolest play on words? Like, do you remember the Geico commercial where the guys were like lifting weights, and every time they looked back at each other and said "bro," like they got bigger?
Yeah.
And there was like, "Yo, what's up, Theodore Roosevelt?" Well, I don't know. It's a bro boy thing. You know, like it was pretty sick. And you're Broshinsky.
Some of my favorite ones were like Broski, and then I got one from my bishop was Broseph Smith. I love that so much.
Broseph Smith?
Yeah.
Oh, that is royal. Do you ever just walk around unironically saying I'm Broseph Smith?
I've done that once, and then I got kicked out of the church.
Oh. I was like, what?
Physically?
No,
no,
spiritually.
Okay.
100%.
Woo, that was crazy. So, yeah, there's a really funny and popular Twitter handle called Lego Joseph Smith, and it's hilarious. As if, like, Joseph Smith were a Lego character. It looks like it's hilarious, that avatar. I think you could make a competing Twitter account with Broseph Smith. If not done already, hurry and get it now. You heard it here. Watch, somebody's doing it. Okay, ladies, left to right. Although my left, your right. Julia, go.
I'm Julia Glauser. I'm
Okay,
16.
Yeah,
Lame.
yeah.
Well,
you know.
I mean, there's not really much to me. I play soccer. I go to school. I mean, that's pretty much my life.
She taught me how to wakeboard because she's really good at it.
I wouldn't say I'm really good. I can do it.
You were a lot better than me the first time.
Did you get up?
Yes, finally.
And I wasn't there.
And you weren't there.
That's fake.
No.
Yeah, dude. You want to see? Do you want to see really fast?
Yeah.
No, we don't need to show.
Yes, we do need to show. We do need to show.
We really don't.
We're gonna go to X because now it's no longer called. It was
changed?
Yeah, it finally got changed 48 hours ago. Elon Musk actually changed it from Twitter to
Okay, hold on.
X.
While you're looking up that, I'm going to read a super chat.
Okay, read the super chat. Yeah.
Okay, Tyson Simmons says, seriously, thank you guys. Between you guys and folks like Jacob Hansen, I've gotten so much more engaged in our faith. After being inactive for too long, I'm now active again, and me, my wife, and 2.5 kiddos were just sealed.
Oh, rock
that's really
on.
special.
Sweet. That's sick. And here's Julia. She's our resident glottal fry. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really special. She does the whole Kim Kardashian voice thing, you know?
I've been told by so many people that I have a Valley Girl voice, and
No, it's not Valley Girl. No, Valley Girl's like 1980s and 90s. This is the 21st century. It's the glottal fry. Like, where are we going?
I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or an insult.
Not a compliment.
No, it's cool.
No,
you know what
it's
I'm
not.
saying?
You're
I
lying.
like it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she digs it. We all dig it. You know what I'm saying? So keep going.
Okay.
Also, okay, I never understood. Why do people say, like, 2.5 kiddos? What does that mean?
Maybe she's pregnant.
Yeah, is she pregnant?
Oh.
Oh, that's not
That's
where-
just the
Well,
first
that
thought
makes
that came
sense.
to my mind.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
that
would
makes
think
sense.
Yeah, I
that's
feel
what it
really
means.
dumb for not having sensed that either. Brittany,
Yeah.
But good job, kids.
Now I get it.
You know, okay.
Gosh, you guys keep us young. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I think there was one from, Jonah says, Ward Radio. Love the name. Here's $20 for boosting the channel. Oh, man. Okay, it keeps doing this on my phone. It keeps going away. Hold on.
I can read it. It says,
Hold on. Ward Radio, love the name. Here's $20 for boosting the channel and for Brad's perfect hair. Share, people, share.
Yes,
Share.
that is true. Thank you. And here's Brittany
Oh, gosh.
getting up. Here's the tweet right here. It says, Brittany Ellis, mild-mannered office manager by day, radio/podcast host by night, and California's newest wakeboarder by afternoon, question mark.
Yes.
She got up. Thank you, Team Gilhouse, for hosting us. And here is the video. Gonna watch.
We really don't need to watch this.
Oh, does she do it? She does it!
Yeah.
Look at that face. She does it.
And I fall.
Well,
Hey, you got up though. You got up.
you got up and you
Thank you.
stayed up
Yeah.
too. It wasn't just like you fell right over.
Right?
Yeah. Now, so while we got to watch this one more time
Oh my
because, of course,
gosh.
you know, there she is. She
queen
crushes
herself.
it and then face plants. You know what I'm saying? I do have a question for you guys. I made the mistake of offering $100 for our co-host, one Kwaku L, if he could get up. And does this count? Does this count? What do you think? What do you guys think?
No.
No.
I don't know. You don't think? We'll watch it one more time. One more time. He is planing on the water. I don't know. He's standing.
No, doesn't count.
No, you
gotta
don't
be
think
up for a little
so?
bit
Ooh,
before it
harsh.
counts.
No.
So harsh.
Yeah.
I paid him $100. Do I got to ask for a
Yeah,
refund?
you gotta
No,
refund that.
no.
Well, no, you did that. You thought it was up, so you paid him.
Yeah. She's the practical one. You know what I'm saying? Besides, I think he probably already spent the money. You know what
Let's
I'm
be
saying?
real.
Okay, cool. So Layla, what's your deal, man? Introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Layla. I guess I also love wakeboarding, wake surfing, all the lake stuff.
Is that like the cool thing that young kids do? Like what's like the hip thing, you know? I went to a football game the other day. Brittany's cousins, her family's huge into football for 40 years, starting quarterbacks at their high school. And Beverly Hills High has never had a better family in their football program, all right? And so we go down there, we're watching the game, but the teams are tiny now. And I talked to the coaches and I talked to a lot of people that are stoked about the sport. And they say this whole concussion controversy has really made a lot of parents not want their kids to get involved in football. So the sports teams are tiny. Like, so what's the cool sport now? Like, what do kids do, man? Connect us.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I would still say it's football. I think it depends on the school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So who are the cool guys at your school?
Well, I would say baseball.
Probably.
Yeah, I would say baseball's the big sport now. I mean, football is obviously still there, but like baseball's the big sport now.
Oh, really? Is that they're the cool guys, huh? You know?
Interesting.
Have you seen the movie Sandlot, or is that possible?
Oh, it's my favorite movie, both of them.
Oh, shut up. That's still a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, rock on. Okay, cool. So if I can get a 16mm print of that, and we'll watch it one of these times on my old school projector, it's going to be like Gen X meets Gen. Are you guys Gen Z? What are you?
Yeah.
Gen Z. Yeah.
When does Alpha start? Our
No
children are
idea.
Gen
I think
Alpha,
it would-
right, babe?
I don't know.
I actually don't know.
Okay,
cannot
cool.
tell you.
So anyway, we can't avoid the big talk of the town this weekend, Barbenheimer. All right, did you all see the Barbie movie?
No.
Yes.
I did.
Okay, what is there? No, this is why we can't have nice things. Everybody is arguing about Barbenheimer, and I go and I watch Ben Shapiro during the day. He's freaking out about Barbie. Meanwhile, my wife, I've never seen her buy more pink clothing in my life.
Because I didn't have any. Everyone was like, show up in pink. And I was literally going through like my drawers in my closet. I'm like, I literally don't have anything pink. It's not my thing.
You're too sophisticated.
I just wear
Yeah.
black. I'm too Wednesday. I don't know.
Okay,
But-
so is it is it woke scold feminist propaganda? Is this a bunch of conservative cringe? People just being a little bit too hypersensitive? What do you think? What'd you like about the movie? What'd you think? And then we'll
I
toss to
thought
the
it was
kids.
just a movie about Barbies.
That's what I
No,
thought too.
It's definitely not. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like this whole conservative thing, but it's definitely. I think if you're going to make a Barbie movie and everybody knows what Barbie is, I think you should make it for every audience and not just
I think
the
you should.
feminist audience. I
Oh,
guess.
so you didn't dig it? You were feeling the feminist flame, is what you were feeling, huh?
Sort of. Not
Okay.
not to a wild extent, but yeah.
Okay. So we've got a straight liner here. I like it. I dig it. She's sticking to her guns. You know, she's in the Ben Shapiro camp. Cool. Rock on, babe. How do you respond? I know that you were gushing. And I've never seen my daughter want to wear
Okay.
more crop tops. You know? So what's
Okay.
going on?
Here was my. Okay, I'm still developing my opinion. So
Yeah.
I'll just say that. I'm still evolving my opinion. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. People were asking, like, is it woke? Is it anti-man? I feel like you could have those opinions. It could be, you could view it as, oh, this is like women empowerment and it's so pro-women. And Ben Shapiro kind of like went off the walls and he made it into something that it's really not. And people are saying, oh, it's like feminist garbage, and then other people are saying no. So it's like it's so divisive. So watching that, and I already knew everyone's opinions on that. I watched Ben Shapiro, I watched other people. So going in, I had other people's voices in my head. So I'm gonna go see it again tonight, actually, to like further my opinion, because I would say I liked it, and it has funny moments, it has good messages. Yes, there are some feminist stuff in there, but also, like, you have to remember Barbie. Did you guys play with Barbies?
Yes.
Okay. Girls.
I love that. Duh.
I mean, yeah,
I had a Barbie motorhome.
I had a huge Barbie dollhouse in my room till I was probably 13.
Okay.
Like,
Same, yeah.
Okay, I know Rodney really played
I've
with
got a
Barbies.
picture to pull up. But keep talking.
Okay, when you guys played with Barbies, did you have a Ken doll?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you want to play, like, when you pulled out your Barbie bin, did you want to go for Ken first, or did you want to pick your favorite Barbie?
Well, I would like. They
were dating.
boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
put
I
them
mean, they're like
together,
inseparable. I feel like it's
Right.
Ken and Barbie, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's the Barbie, but it's Ken and Barbie.
Right. But it wasn't like Ken's house, right?
No.
You'd always say it's
No.
Barbie's
No.
house.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, and that's the thing with the movie. It's like, it's very much, this is Barbie land. This is Barbie. And so people are getting mad that Ken or Ryan Gosling and all the Kens didn't have more of a prominent role. But you have to remember, this is like from the viewpoint of like a girl playing with Barbies. Ken didn't have a prominent role. Like they said, like it's Ken and Barbie. It's not just Ken. So I think people are freaking out saying it's anti-man when really Ken is just kind of obsolete. He was just kind of there
Right.
if Barbie needed a date. Like that's all it was. So that's kind of what the movie is. So you can view it as anti-man, or you can just kind of view it as it just is what it is. I don't know. Everyone go form your own opinions. I'm still forming mine. But yeah.
Well, I just got to tell you that one of the things that I was thinking was that this is, if it's a movie about Barbie, that is so wholesale unique. And yes, there's some feminine tropes that we're going to exploit, and some kind of stereotypes that we're going to exploit. But that's what all film is. It's exploitation. I did a documentary called King Cohen. Man, I am trying to get this one picture of our daughter in front of her Barbie castle that she was just stoked out of her mind on.
Also, your Ward Radio logo went away.
I know, because whenever I'm using my phone,
okay.
it ends up taking over the AirPlay.
Okay, while you're looking for that, we have super chats.
Oh, okay. Well, hit it.
Okay, Wyatt Nielsen says, I am so excited for Oppenheimer. I served my mission in Los Alamos. I ate dinner with people every night with people who made nukes. I also was in BSAS.
What's BSAS?
I don't know. I was hoping you did.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, no.
my
Buenos
gosh.
Aires. That's the short postal code for Buenos Aires.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
keep
cool.
going. Okay.
Steven Diamond says, my last super chat didn't show, but to answer what temple rocks are, they were the graver rocks underneath the Philadelphia temple given out to people.
Whoa.
Graver rocks.
That sounds super cool. I don't know what a graver rock is.
I don't either,
You know what I'm
but-
saying? But that sounds like it is totally ill.
Yeah. I'm down.
I'm down with a couple
Sold
of...
me at Graver Rocks. I'm
Yeah.
sold.
Is it because it sounds like grave and that's the Wednesday Addams that's in you
Probably.
perpetually? You
Probably.
know, you and
Don't
your
be
crystals?
fooled by the Barbie shirt.
Okay, so I got to tell you, here's my daughter in front of her Barbie. Where did you get? You got off like Facebook Marketplace, right?
Yeah, dude. I got that thing for free, and it's
Oh my gosh.
ginormous.
That's what mine was like.
Yeah.
I've never seen a child more excited. Like, are you kidding me?
She's so cute.
That is sheer joy, okay? Coming back after dance class, jumping straight up into the Barbie Bonanza mansion. One of the really cool things about living around rich people in Los Angeles, let me tell you, radio, it's not the lucrative art of radio, okay? It's the film and the television guys that make all the bank, not us radio guys, all right? But dude, Facebook Marketplace on for free is wild when you are surrounded by people that can be like, yeah, I'm going to drop the new Barbie thing on my kid. Oh, I get the hand-me-downs. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I was thinking. If it's a movie about Barbie, yes, we're going to be joking about the tropes. And one of the arguments, it was a toxic argument in the 60s that, men just treat women like accessories. Look, there's bad men out there. But by and large, men being the larger and physical and more overt, we love the more relational women that are around us that are smaller and less strong, but more emotional and so on and so forth. That is the yin and yang. That is the beauty of life and the difference of the genders and so on and so forth. So I think there's a lot of people that were exploiting post-war trauma sorting out from all the GIs that came home from the war and just want to be able to smoke a cigarette and chill out and read the newspaper because half their buddies had just died in Iwo Jima and in Normandy. So babe, can you just make me a sandwich for a second? You know, like I think there was a lot of people that exploited that and develop some toxic narratives about men just treat women like accessories. However, they're part of the zeitgeist now. They're part of the ethos. It's the crap that we teach kids in school so they become the before and after liberal arts school memes and so on and so forth. So we might as well make fun of it because film is exploitation. I did a documentary called King Cohen that interviewed Larry Cohen, who's considered the king of B movies. He made like Ambulance, It's Alive, you know, that killer baby that attacks like all of the people in the delivery boom. It has like claws. Anyway, so he was considered the king. Yeah, you guys are like, this is seriously
what?
This 1980s horror films were very some low budget ones were they popped, they dropped, and they hit different, but others were just really bad. Larry Cohen's were pretty good. And anyway, we did a hilarious documentary on him before he passed because he was considered the king of B movies. He also was considered the Martin Luther King of filmmaking because he was the first to use extensively black actors in his films. And he was hilarious because he was like, he had this like old school Brooklyn Jew accent, you know? And he was like, I don't know why people call my cinema exploitation cinema. My movie Hell Up in Harlem was just like James Cagney in Public Enemy, just with black actors. What's wrong with black actors getting to work for a change? You know what I'm saying? It was hilarious. And he also said, all film is exploitation. What's wrong with these guys getting to work now? You know, so whenever I think people get angry about like, you're playing off stereotypes, I think of Larry Cohen sitting in the seat in front of us just going like, all film is exploitation. And I choose not to get angry. Also, my only beef with some of the conservatives that get angry is I feel that conservatism is at a position where it needs to compete. For 30 years, the Christian right in America has just complained about things. And I think it's time to compete. We need to make our own movies. We need to make our own radio shows. We need to make our own streaming channels. We need to make our own social media profiles, such as Ward Radio, and compete with them, right?
That's a good plug.
So, you like that? You did that? You're agreeing with me? You're invited to come back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, what else? Any other good movies you've seen? I solved this problem by not watching the Girl movie, and I took my son to Dial of Destiny. Any takers? Anybody seen it?
I haven't seen that. Or actually, a movie that I have seen is Sound of Freedom.
Oh my gosh! I wanna
Shut
see
up,
that.
you dug?
I
loved
need
it.
to see it.
Get out of
I
town.
need to
Okay,
see
why'd
it.
you dig it? Do tell, bro. Do tell.
So like for the longest time, I've always been thinking about like joining the military and that sort of stuff, and like that kind of movie has been like, the final thing in my brain that's something like I need to pursue. It's like, and I love the final quote that he says. It's like God's children are not for sale, and I love that so much.
You know, that's one of the things I love about being a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints so much. We can engage with these guys like Thomas, Pints with Aquinas. Because, you know, the number one thing, and I said this years ago on one of our first podcasts, the thing that I think the church does right better than any other institution on earth is we re-solidify every Sunday that your first identity is that of a child of God. Not how many followers you have, not how many clicks you got, not how much money you have, not how much acreage you got in your property, that your primary identity is a children of God. Second is a child of the covenant. Third is a disciple of Christ, if I remember correctly. Boom! I think I hit that one.
Yeah.
I think I hit that one. But I think that's a noble goal. Quaker would go crazy if he heard you saying this right now. But I think it's cool. Besides, you got the American flag on your shirt. Can you show us your guns? Oh yeah. Look, yoked,
Yes.
bro. Somebody's gonna clip that and hold it against you on
I
Twitter.
will gladly let them clip that. Send that everywhere.
So what did you think about Sound of Freedom, man? Who else liked it? I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it. We're going to see it next week, though.
I
Me and
love it.
Layla.
You're gonna love it. It's
Dude,
amazing.
it is crushing.
Did you know
it.
the guy that like originally played it was actually Mormon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim Ballard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister's reading
I've
stuff
actually
right
invited
now.
him to come on the show. And he's got like 50. Everybody's asked me to get him on the show. And we've invited him. You know what I'm saying? So, Tim, bro, put your big boy pants on and come into the Ward Radio jungle, all right? You know what I'm saying? I know Brittany's like, you can watch horror movies, but you don't want to watch that one, which I totally understand.
No, it looks depressing to me.
I'm
Well, I
so
think
scared to watch it.
I think it's understandable. I mean,
Really?
one of the things I've heard is that it's the moms, it's hardest for them to
Oh,
watch as
like
moms.
mortifying.
Yeah, because I mean, imagining that happening to your child, like, I couldn't even imagine.
Do you have the meme of the kid hiding in the racks at JCPenney, babe? Do you have that you could throw in the Discord?
Yeah, let me look for
Was
it.
I the only one that did this? When I was a kid, I used to think it was hilarious to hide in between the clothing racks at Sears and JCPenney and watch my mother like run around looking for me, and I would just like laugh and snicker and giggle, and I thought it was hilarious. And looking back, I would be mortified.
Yeah.
Absolutely mortified. Like my mom would get mad and I thought it was funny. Like finally by like the second or third time I stopped doing it. But like I literally thought I was the sneakiest, craftiest guy. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, my mom probably thought I'd been sequestered, you know? And so like I'm a fool for doing this. Anyway, guys, we only have 6 minutes left.
It's in the Discord.
Oh, it's in the Discord. Okay. In these last 6 minutes here, you know, oh geez. Wow,
What was that sound?
That was a motorcycle driving by, dude. That was
Oh,
pretty crazy.
dang.
I couldn't adjust the motorcycle in real time, but somebody believes in the mantra that loud pipes save lives, you know. So yeah, I saw this the other day and I thought, oh man, this guy gets it. Whoever this guy is, he totally gets it. And I'm gonna have to share this with everybody on. No longer Midnight Strike Through Mormons, but Ward Radio. Oh yeah, look at this. I mean, this is literally the way it is. Me in 1994 hiding in a department store.
It was magical in there.
Let's see here. Hold on, we gotta go.
Jonathan, if you can hear this, please come to the front of the store. Your mother is looking for you. She's very worried.
Be honest. Did you ever have the intercom go off and your parents had to get you?
Yeah,
I've never
I
had
was
the
in
intercom
Walmart.
come off, but I have. I'm trying to think.
Whoa, bro. You've never had your parents looking for you via the intercom in the grocery store?
No. But I do remember one time where we were at like Home Depot and stuff, and I see this kid like run off from his mom and start like climbing up the racks of the thing. And they had to like start bringing workers over to try to get the kid to come down. It was insane.
Okay, bro. Hey, bro,
it works. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It works, bro. We have to do that. You can't.
Oh, it's on my bucket list now. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We've got how do we make this happen?
We just started like posting it everywhere. Just making like a new TikTok trend.
With the advent of the internet, they had to get a lot better about saying what the codes to talk at Walmart aren't. Because when all the chat rooms started coming out, people would say like, "Oh yeah, dude, the Walmart, the Walmart on Cahuenga and Wilshire, it's 063257," and then you could talk, and then a bunch of kids would go over there and be like, "Hey, is your refrigerator running?" Yeah, they would just make like funny fart noises. Boys, we never change, right?
No.
Keepers of the chats. We got more super chats.
Yes.
Just so you know, guys, we got 3 more minutes left here. We've introduced our crew that's going to be doing Come Follow Me. We've shown the rebrand video. We're going to do it one more time as an outro because we're stoked. In the remaining 2 minutes that we got before we got a hard out, because these guys got some Spanish homework that they have to attend to.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I heard about that.
See, that's my dad's job. I'm not fluent in it. He is. I think it's only right that he does it for me.
It's just like our individual salvation is individual, but our communal salvation is familial. Our Spanish grade, it's a team effort. Apparently,
It really
right?
is, especially if someone in your family speaks it fluently. Why should I have to do it?
You know what? You bring up some really good points, and I have a feeling that Brittany would commiserate with this
I would
sentiment.
definitely agree. Yes.
Okay, cool. So, hit it, Brittany.
Okay,
Keepers of the super
Okay,
chats.
Stephen Diamond. Okay, back to the Temple Rocks, which this has just been the most fascinating topic for me tonight. Is the Temple Rocks.
I'm gonna look these up.
He says granite, not graver. Okay.
Oh, so they're
it's
granite temple rocks. Okay.
It'd be cooler if they were garnet.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Beautiful stone.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep going.
Okay, let me see.
I'm looking up granite temple rocks LDS, and here it is.
Ooh, that's a good
Images
idea.
for granite temple rocks LDS. Oh, this looks intriguing.
Whoa.
Temple took decades of hard. Oh, wow.
Okay, also we gotta go soon because those are my friends calling me for the Barbie movie. So.
Oh, okay.
She's got places
So,
to be.
yeah, she got places to be. Oh my gosh, look at these temple rocks. I wonder if this is the picture.
Okay, is
that
it
he's talking
granite?
about. Yeah,
Is it-
look at that. This is crazy. Look at this, man. Straight from Deseret News. Holy smoke, that's intense. Boom shakalaka. Okay, anyway, keep going, Bird.
Okay. Next super chat, Danny Gray. What's up, Danny?
What up, Danny?
He says, Cardin, did you watch Go West? 100% worth it.
Unfortunately, in the Los Angeles area, the greater Los Angeles area, Hollywood itself, Go West is not yet available.
I was going to say, I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, well, we interviewed the executive producer,
Never mind.
Natalie Madsen. You weren't as part of that interview. That was
phew.
me. That was me and Brad. But Natalie Madsen with the JK Studios crowd came in to talk about Go West, which is made with the original cast of Studio C. Apparently, it's a very well-received movie, and it's crushing it, from what I understand, in the Utah, Idaho, and Arizona area. And so if they sell enough tickets, they're going to be able to come west and go east with limited theatrical release on the west coast.
Wait, are they literally going to go west with their theatrical releases? Did you see that? I was funny.
Hey,
nice.
you got
Thank
the
you.
kids to smile at that,
Thank
man.
you.
That's
Thank you.
an accomplish, you know. You didn't quite get a glottal fry, which would be the best. You know what I'm saying? But you got she's like, scowl. Wait, was that after me? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, moving on. Minor Prophet Ian Malcolm. He says, did you guys see the trailer for Talk to Me? Is it just me, or does the movie use subtle temple imagery for its supernatural plot? I have not seen the trailer.
I haven't even heard of it.
I haven't heard of it either.
No, Talk to Me. Yes, I saw the. Ooh, that's a freaky looking trailer. You want to see the trailer? They're gonna flag this in the live stream, but I can
see
pull up.
Oppenheimer.
No, Talk to Me looks freaky. Okay. Talk to Me is here's the official trailer really fast. We don't have to watch the whole thing because it always flags
I can
the
already
sound.
tell I don't like it.
Yeah, you know.
Flashbacks to
I
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ooh, I hate that.
So anyway, Talk to Me is kind of look. I'll find the little, but basically these guys, you know, everybody has fun at these little parties. And what they do is there's this hand that you can touch it at a party, all right? And then supposedly it transports you to another realm, you know what I'm saying? And you like see the demons or something like that, and they would videotape you but it like opens up a door so you can like communicate with spirits or whatever. But then one girl, the door doesn't close, and she like sees all the spirits, and they start, you know, chasing after her and so on and so forth. So it looked pretty crazy. Like when you hold the this little statuette, it's like goes nuts. So it was kind of like Constantine a little bit with Keanu Reeves, you know. So I'm excited to see it. I'll watch it, but I don't know if it was necessarily inspired by what the super chat suggested. But yeah, that's interesting. Rex Good says, Cardin, did you get the book I sent? I'll have to check out with our assistants. They're the ones that collect the mail. Thank you very much for sending that, Rex Good. But
I believe they
check it
did.
out.
There was a package with a book. I don't know if it's your book that you sent, but we did receive a book.
Oh,
so
okay.
we just got today, so we're gonna look at it.
Okay, awesome. And then another one from Jonah Barnes, last super chat, I believe, right?
Is it? Yes, it is. Jonah says, cheers to the Come Follow Me episodes coming up. And where is new website, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook?
Jonah, you know, you're giving us the beautiful outro. I totally forgotten about that. But yeah, here we go. Guys, check this out. Everything that you got to know about us can be seen. Follow us on Twitter at Ward Radio Show. All right. If you can follow us on Twitter at Ward Radio Show, you're going to get all the announcements of all the cool stuff that's coming out. Okay. Also, you guys can find us as well on the interwebs. We are also on Instagram. Where's my Instagram? Yeah, you can find us on Instagram at Ward Radio Worldwide. Okay. So we're at World Radio Worldwide. And on none other than the talk of TikTok, we are Ward Radio Worldwide as well. Make sure you follow us there. And we are also just Ward Radio here on YouTube. And make sure you check us out on wardradio.com. This has been real, and it's been fun, and it's been real fun and awesome. In fact, we are going to do, as an outro, our super hip, our super cool video, our rebrand.
I love this. I'm so hyped over it.
You're hyped over? Okay,
Yeah.
well, here it goes. This is our outro. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is Ward Radio. Check us out on wardradio.com.
The standard of truth has been erected.
Stop playing defense.
No unhallowed hand can stop the broadcast.
That is the way that a lot of Latter-day Saints do apologetics.
Cancel culture rages and mobs combine.
We actually had one of the protesters over for dinner.
But the truth of God will go forth boldly
These people are lying to you. They do not care about you.
until it has reached every television, sounded in every iPhone, and reached every person. This signal will continue to go forth. Here, we defend truth. Here, we denounce deception. Here, we are created in the image of God. Our detractors call us crazy, but our friends call us.
Now, tell me who you are, get in the
Oh, okay. Whoa. One last time, the long version, because it's got a cooler outro that we can use. One last time, just because I think it's just awesome. All right. One last time. And also this is the 16:9 version, which is a lot better. One last time, because it's got much cooler outro music. Again, thanks a lot for hanging out. We're going to hang out in the chat for a little bit, answering your questions. But yeah, it's been real. It's fun. This is Ward Radio. Check us out at wardradio.com. Stop playing defense.
No unhallowed hand can stop the broadcast.
That is the way that a lot of Latter-day Saints do apologetics.
Cancel culture rages and mobs combine.
We actually had one of the protesters over for dinner.
But the truth of God will go forth boldly.
These people are lying to you. They do not care about you.
Until it has reached every television, sounded in every iPhone, and reached every person. This signal will continue to go forth. Here, we defend truth. Here, we denounce deception. Here, we are created in the image of God. Our detractors call us crazy, but our friends call us.
Tell me who you are, get in the car right now. Reach for the stars, I want it all right now. Tell me who you are, get in the car right now. Reach for the stars, I want it all right now. Tell me who you are, get in the car right now. Reach for the stars, I want it all right now. Just into the car, fighting no war right now. We shitting with y'all, I'm in the store right. Put your feet on the ground, look around. It's a siege and we back in your town, burning it down. You've been waiting too long for the sound. Time is now. Got you hanging on every single word, verb and now. Give you what you been waiting for now. What you praying for.